There's almost no chance that I have enough memory left on this phone to produce this video, but we'll give it a shot. So earlier this summer, I spent a lot of time fixing up some older bikes for friends and stuff like that. And one of the things I ran across was that a lot of the older parts, like handlebar stems, tended to be pretty weather faded on some of the bikes I bought. So one example of this would be the specialized rock hopper that I bought on Marketplace for about 40 bucks and refurbished for my my wife's sister's husband. And it's a green rock hopper. Rock hoppers are cool, right? It's a little nicer than a hard rock, not quite a stump jumper. Anyway, the handlebar was super faded, sun faded to like bronze. And so I found this paint. If you like fixing that kind of stuff, that seems to work pretty well. It's a nice dark black. It goes on real easy, and all I did was I took a little tiny bit of sandpaper to the parts that I wanted to spray, and then I cleaned it off and then shot them with this out in the backyard. So it seems to have come out pretty well. Okay, I think the lighting's a little bit better here. So you can see the ends where I didn't really spray them, and the regular original paint finish is showing through here where there's some scratches and stuff, and that's going to be covered up by the handlebar grip, so I didn't really bother to spray paint that area. Here's the middle of the bar where it was super faded, and hopefully you can tell it actually blends into the original black pretty well, and this was all kind of that bronze color. It didn't come out perfect, you know. I'm not trying to fool anybody into thinking that these are brand new parts. I just want to be able to use them for builds and have them not look like absolute trash. Hopefully with the lighting you can see this. So this is the stem that came along with this handlebar on the rock hopper, and it was just super faded, like kind of bronze colored, and so now it's a nice healthy black, and it went on real nice. I didn't use a lot, honestly. I might have done 2 coats. You can see the bolts are still real weirdly scratched up. And they look like either they were black originally or somebody spray painted them black at some point, but I haven't messed with the bolts yet. I mean, from the rear ones, it looks like they were originally painted black. I'm also of an age where I don't necessarily feel like I need to have everybody's logo in different places on my bike. So some of these parts I went ahead and rattle canned just to cover up some of the logos. I don't necessarily want, you know, a bunch of mismatched logos on my bike. You know, my preference is just plain black on a lot of stuff. So for example, this Uno stem, which is very lightweight, I've got one that I just rattle can black, and I didn't try to completely make the logo go away. I just wanted to make it more subtle, so you can see it's still visible there, but it's just all black. So I hope it doesn't look too trashy, but I think it'd just be a little bit more subtle. And then same with this Easton stem I hadn't used. It's been in my parts bin for quite a while, and it used to have the Easton logo and kind of like a bright yellow, and I feel like I never used it because it sort of clashed with everything that I wanted to put it on. So I just did a quick coat on there, and then I did use a flat clear coat, this one, and there was another one that I was using, so like a matte clear, just to make it look more uniform, which I think has really helped a lot. This one had some kind of a goofy brand name on it, and that's another thing, is some of these parts that we buy from places like AliExpress have some gibberish brand name on them, like Lunge or I don't know. There's a bunch of them that don't seem like a real word. Tabolu, Motsu, etc., etc. So I don't necessarily need that on my bike, so I just shot a coating of black, and this is Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch Ultra Cover Paint Plus Primer Black Flat. It does dry pretty quick and cures nicely, and my wife's bike has a Specialized branded handlebar on her K2, or pardon me, not K2, KHS road bike. And I just thought it would look nicer if it wasn't, you know, red and white all over the part that shows, so I ended up spray painting that black. These Travative stems, I don't know if you can see that logo underneath there, but I went ahead and shot those. These are actually a 25.4 clamp diameter on these, so it's kind of a limited amount of usefulness I can get out of them anyway, but I don't know, I'll figure them out for a project at some point, or I'll put them on Fleabay. But I thought this might be helpful for anybody who likes to try and reuse parts and fix them up a little bit. It's not earth-shattering or anything, but I hope it helps. Thanks for watching. And by the by, if you're going to be on RAGBRAI, come check me out. I'll be selling these bracelets off the back of my bike. The bracelets are made from bicycle spokes, and you can also find them on tatsandtags.com.